Welcome to Poppy's Poetry Corner. We finally made it to the time where rhythm and blues meets poetry and rhyme. Yep, we on the corner where it's safe to fire up your marijuana. But this room about to get hot as the summer, so you might need something chill like a glass of wine. Water does me just fine. Whatever relaxes your mind and help you recline after what might have been a hump day at work. Put yourself first. Where here nothing has to be rehearsed. Let me put it in reverse. The corner we back to is brought to you by Faith and Hustle. So it's some big hitters in this room, and it's okay to flex your muscle. Because we locked and loaded and heavily potent. Nothing corroded about our brain waves. Going back in the days where you could simply walk to the corner to find your muse. Or peep out the latest groove. We about to let the energy fill the room so it might get a little wet. Or fill you up till you get so high. Because around here, we get praise when your stuff is fire. So let us begin. Welcome to the corner, my friends.
Dear audience, paint me as a villain, the bad guy. No. Better yet, paint me as a monster. A mass murderer, you see. I got some stories that I have Christians praying for a stroke of hope with their hands to the ceiling with faces of disbelief, hoping that this wasn't real fantasy or just a dream. Predisposed after shortly realizing that the only real fear that I have ever really had was me. Allow me to give you the real tea on why people paint these compliments for me as if I were the Taylor suitor, buying these lies people persistently, perpetually propose, projecting promises, potential potency, possibly already Baroque. Because in these dark periods, that's when the truth of a seasonal person's focal point shines the brightest. Intentionally leading me on this stage to receive false praise and accolades from the very souls who try to victim blame, projecting shame. And no, this is not me throwing shade, just me trying to understand more because they say, OMG, Suave, you should smile more. You have such a beautiful smile. So subsequently, I paint on a smile that is encaptured and lingers for a while. But in reality, this smile is stitched at the seams to keep the bare naked truth that everyone is as innocent as the bystander until something said triggers you to be enraged and disengaged. But the show must continue, so hey. OMG. Suave, I just love your voice. I could listen to you all day. But do you listen to the words that I even say? And I don't care about getting paid. I just want to ensure that a life is willingly saved because I know what it's like to choose between homelessness and being a safe space, being the unpopular vote and a dire decision like relating relationships or living life and choosing a grave and choosing family over living a God-lived life. So when I step off this mic, don't applaud me. And don't ask me why my music is delayed or why I stay to myself for a couple of days, because genuine love always makes ways to support me in numerous different ways in this interdependent battle I'm fighting every single day. So once again, when I leave this stage, please, I beg you, please don't applaud me. Because in reality, most of y'all turn your backs in the faces of people like me in every single way, exploring exploitations eagerly just to get a half of a whole. And I'm not just talking about paychecks. So Savior, constantly checking for me comments because I sure ain't paying any negative naysaying Nancy a cent of my time or a piece of my mind. Because you didn't realize these bars you generalize, generally gaslighting, comment, content, contrasting, completely unrelated to the truth that I'm saying. I've lived in these lines that I once previously stated. So secretly, sincerely, between me and you, Suave, I'm so proud of you and the changes you've been growing through. And don't forget, never let an audience clap for you validate you because they can't live for you. Even if they be kin to you, deep down often notice they don't even defend for you. And that's tough. So signing this talk within, my heart will lift the best gift that I could ever get. Sincerely speaking, Shay.
I love playing spades. And I'm good at that shit too. I mean, maybe because I play it like life, understanding that anything less than a 10 is a filler if you're not cutting. Choose your partner wisely, stay 10 toes down, and rule number one, never renege. That always turns into a nigga moment, breaking great bonds, all because you are not a person of integrity. Just in case you're lost, I'm saying don't be the jack in the box. The ass that never pops out at the right time, or the fool that gets too wound up and then pop. You see, the queen, she's a powerful, finicky, jealous thing. Too many other like her, and she probably won't make it back to be booked except for the spade. She's a different queen. The more of her kind you have, the stronger you become. You see, any queen in the right situation will slide for you, though. House rules may change depending on the home, and shit talking is a must, just like most relationships. You better not be sensitive. Which brings me to the king. You see, the king has the possibility to defeat almost anything he faces well if he understands the principle of everything that he tops. He must stay 10 toes down. Just know that you will meet your one, even if you run through 11 first. Always looking out for that ace, you know, the one sent for you. But play with him too many times, prepared to be cut. Aces usually come out running shit soon as you line up suit. Most times they meant to be played first, but throw all of that out the window when it comes to the name of the game. You see, spades is a different beast. Holding power down to the pair so a handful is deadly and probably will lead to a set. That's why I hate when my hand bleed or I don't get enough face cards down on the table like who's cutting, ready to make something out of nothing, watching the board play out like real life, just working with what you got, not afraid to play the hand dealt, taking all possibilities to win while counting all your blessings. So tell me, who wants some? And that's my piece, y'all.
Y'all ever had a friend who can never admit their mistakes? Always saying their environment made them. Swear they're close to God, but forgot where they came from. So how would you tell your homeboy his presence with his daughter is as absent as his father? And when you bring up the conversation, he doesn't want to be bothered. Communication gets altered, and I pray you never falter, because how's a man supposed to man up when his father never taught him? See, his pops. He took all the shots above the elbow. As his son watches his father's pupils touch the back of his eyelids without closing, anything tied around his arms look like cages the way he's trapped in that Baltimore lean. I mean, there's no cup in his hand, just a needle, because he knows he shoots up between his toes. It's the ultimate jump off. We would call him Air Gordon, but he ain't been able to get back to his roots, his veins. They no longer bleed, they sprout. I ain't gonna be there, because how can a tree produce any fruits of labor when there's no connection to its foundation? I mean, everyone has baggage. But when you choose not to let it go, you weigh other people down. And don't you understand? Your children ain't a burden. Every time they talk, you won't let them get a word in. And now those feelings are cutting deep inside themselves. Now conversations of abstinence are absent, and you wonder why your children can't find themselves. Me and my homie used to have this handshake. Secretly, I hated it. His hands were heavy and he always wore rings. It used to leave marks. It's a secret his daughter should no longer have to bleed for. Don't you understand? Men still cycle. So how do you tell your homeboy CPS is at the door? I'm afraid you lost your way, and if you can't lead a child, how can you expect to lead any household? I mean, yes, they may be your only fans, but what happens when you have no one to come home to? because the devil understands his mistakes even when you don't listen to yours. So go ahead, take your 5 minutes while you got that time.
Truth be told, I thought I'd be dead by now. I guess it's true what they say about grandma's hands. Sand must have come from black sheep. Had to be covered in lamb's blood. Black skin covered in the absence of justice. Blind, folded. Cause ain't it blind? Got a crooked eye and missing teeth. How lies run through. Life always in double vision. Standard, unusual suspect. With or without the hoodie, I thought I'd be dead by now. Guess the scales couldn't tip faster than wrinkled wisdom could bring balance. And ain't that a trip? How we both thought the same thing. Because black boys don't last long. That's why grandma's hands are stronger than a black man's stride, limp, making concrete soft. Black man dig deep. Lucky if them prayers pull him up out the pit sad. These days, grandmas don't pray no more. BBL camera angles got grandma missing in action. Ain't no more frontline. Grandma got flued out. Internet got black boys thinking he got ops and shiesty and 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 my set of hands are gone now. I'm just praying a reserve of miracles was left in the storehouse. Cause I got some living to do, some speaking, some truth to be told. Hopefully it edifies, because if the message don't shake spirit, then what's the purpose? Justice might win the race, tipping black back into the pit, falling on the broken. We got living to do. Whole generation of children who can't read and the book be too heavy to pass. Demon time can't flick a switch to a storehouse full of miracles.
The only time they see black boys as beautiful is when we are turned into carnations, decorating caskets to make our death more appealing to those who goes the wakes and smells the flowers. That the only time we are able to become soft is when we are decomposing. Compost for when they start planting seeds, you'll find us pushing up daisies before taking root. And to be a flower is to be pulled from which you thrive. Carrying corpse in their palms, they become a florist. Someone good at putting things in the ground.
I am fifth generation black man free. Come from Shadrach, Connie, come from free, Florida, own their own black peeps, come from Nigeria, native and Geechee, Robinson, Quarterbone, Wright, Wilson, Emi, come from Fleming and Boyd, come from Margaret and Flora, James and Noreen, my roots and my seeds of the living dream, the beautiful flower who is the daughter of a warrior, the blessed lion who fights for what he wants, and the courageous and blessed. And for me, it would not be less when I am born to evolve nobly. I've watched my father and grandparents pour into me, even when my own hands and actions tried to stop me. They loved me complete and loved me into balance. And how I find my heart is how I find my soul. How I find my life is how I move to my goals. What makes man besides the born infinity, the pieces that render me male? What is the tale that causes me to evolve to become divinity? There must be a reason for this. Someone tried to dim my light, tried to take me from the fertile crescent and steal away to the night. It is not my light and not the darkness of my skin that frightens you, despite all that you do to take from me. Kill my spirit and character, lock me away, and try to feminize me, try to teach me not love, try to teach me that death is my fate, that my reflections is in the mirror, and sometimes kill my hand in self-hate. You want my breath, and I know it. The strength of my frame, the black bodies you claim to own and exploit, the triangular slave trade, the Jim Crow laws, the NFL, the NBA, the NCAA, still modern day slave trade. Imagine me told that you were owed 40 acres and a mule, and I've never had that rung true. Imagine that. They lynch and kill you, flood your towns, keep you on the plantation through indentured servitude, create vagrancy laws, and then come and arrest you, jail you for decades for simple crimes or none at all, and let you go fight and die in their wars. Eliminate the chance of your own answers, your banks and halls, run highways through your neighborhoods, over police, stop drugs and guns and brutalize your hoods, play keep away with home ownership, develop a social economic caste and kick you out and gentrify all this shit. Raise the rent too damn high, and then tell the lie that we are the reason that we are pathological. System creation of inequality, and that's illogical. But what's real is the feel of God in the skin, the beauty of this melanin, the way the sun kisses it with a passion that fashions its light into food. And what's good is how we love. Have you ever seen a black man become a father? How tender he holds his child, the smile with the whole of himself, standing on the shoulders of his ancestors, seeing the gun and the grands of the ancestors in his child's eye, the swear to cover and protect it, even though they project false facts. These be some of the best fathers, raising our children with love, which counteracts the poison and the bold lies that told that we are violent, we are beasts, we are the least of men, that we are not human. Yet here we are, living stars, Earth, each of us a universe. We star, sun, radiating beauty through the continuum, the celestial beauty and universal strength, and none of these racist system inequality actions can ever fraction us as a whole. We are soul. We are soul, we love, we build, we share, we care, we deck, stack with no info share. We learned that life isn't fair against all odds. Back whipped by leather or rod, we shrug it off and stand strong, go off. Watch us walk off in victory as we fight for our liberty, our freedom. Watch us love our women with a fierce tenacity that rivals tsunamis and earthquakes, that shakes the space that we rely on, which equates and all we are able to live and breathe in the prayer of our spirit. With this divinity, God bless our journey in the struggle and the blessings to evolve nobly. Poem.
You just gave yourself your own rewind, because we want to hear what you got to say too. But you got to unmute it so we can hear what you heard, what you said when you said it.
I am ready to speak my mind. Now is definitely the right time. What I'm about to say will have y'all thinking a different way. I ask myself this question almost every day. How can I make a way for me to better myself and care less about everybody else? The reason why it still puzzles me. I'm different from what I can see. I'd rather show love when I see someone succeed, because that's what the world really needs. We rather hate and kill each other than show love to one another. Maybe that's my way of thinking, or it's what I learned from reading. We rather have wars out here in the streets than come together to talk and eat. To me, it's a shame. People do nothing just for fame. I mean, it's really sad that you're making our race look really bad. It's time for us to better ourselves and quit filling up these jail cells.
Ooh, that's my type of speed round, man. I love when they come through the corner and fire everybody ass up. Foul, foul, foul. It's a drive-by, bitch. Yeah! Well, it was a walk down because we had to get somebody unmutated, but guess what? It still was litty in the city. Welcome back, man. I missed me some y'all last week. I ain't even gonna count. This is Poppy's Poetry Corner, home of the best uncut dopeness. And tonight, the strand is King Vibes. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the tribe. And big gratitude to our week after week fan, man. We see you, we thank you, believe that. This week's show is brought to you by the dopest Coastal Sunflower Body Scrubs. But we take care of your insides and out, man. We got teas, body scrubs, and balms. Tap in if you're ready for the glow up, baby. All natural everything. Speaking of everything, support is just that. Shout out to P.P.C, the best group on the book for voting. And much love to Lex, the gentleman, who was the rewind. And y'all just saw that blazing spotlight by Suave. But now let's get into it. Tonight, y'all, I told y'all we celebrating the kings in this thing. So let's get, hold up. Shim, you not even a king. All right, man, hold up. Oh yeah, y'all know we up like the sun. Season 3. What you thought? You thought we wasn't coming with great poets and books? No. Hold up. They got it all. Let's go.
We know so shameless hosting.
Be on the corner too.
So you know that shit is tight. That corner's a bad.
Woo, we is and we some bad mother suckers. If y'all didn't just see that, make sure y'all vote for P.P.C. We number 17E. Click the link. It's all over Facebook, man. Make sure y'all get it in. And everybody who own P.P.C. got something going on right now, and we loving it. So let's get this show on, cranking, and started, man. Coming in hot from Arkansas, Libra Walker is raw and rising voice in the performance. With over 1,000 poems written, he stepped into his first show tonight, y'all. Tonight, and he's already planning a battle poetry event and working on his debut book. He's fresh, y'all, so y'all know he ain't got nothing but news. And we're here for it all. So make sure y'all show this king some extra love tonight, because he's spitting for the first time live for y'all, period, point blank, not just on P.P.C. So y'all already know who it is, man. It's that one, the only, the person I'm proud of, because if you in my group, then you see this king be putting out poems all day. And now he finna come raise hell with his voice. Let's go, Libra Walker. Hey.
What's up with you?
Man, everything up with me. You got me up like the sun tonight. I'm so excited that you decided to choose the corner to make your debut. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, thank you so much for coming in. So with so many poems that you wrote, you know what I'm saying? Like over 1,000 poems that you wrote. How does it feel to now speak for the first time?
Be honest with you, I'm actually blessed about it, because like I said, because I've been writing for years. I always had that stage fright of performing, but something said just go on and do it one time and see if you like it. And I said, and so far I like it. Be honest with you, I might start performing my poems from now on.
All right, so then are you giving us a sneak peek of what we're gonna hear in the battle that you planning from the scene?
Right now, I'm still working on new stuff. Like I said, okay. I create every day. I'm there, so I be at work sometimes. I'd be creating at work. People talk, why you by yourself? I said, because I'm creating. I'm in my own little world. Let me stay there.
Hey, that part right there. So with that being said, thank you for allowing us in your world tonight. What's the first piece you're giving us?
The first piece is called let me go on here. First piece, I got one down called Inner Battle.
Inner Battle, man. And we all had those, man. So let me go on and get up out of here so we can hear that piece. What up, Nat?
All right. Name of his Inner Battle. My demon won't let me be. Always trying to kill me. Letting the world intervene. Got me acting mean. People say they know, but they're just for show. I fight all the time with this addiction. My mental being is my newest health condition. Drinking has been my escape. I stay addicted to the taste. Because now when I'm be gone, I feel like that's where I belong. Away from this world, having my peace is where I truly need to be. So my demon helps me heal from the pain I continue to feel. I need to focus on elevating and care less what people are doing and saying. For now, I need to change. Enjoy the sunshine and ignore the rain.
Boy, I feel you on that shit. That gave me chills. Ooh, wait. Hey. Well, I thought I brought myself up, but I guess I didn't. Guess it gave me too many chills, man. I love when I hear people talking about making a change. That will always give me a chill. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep this show right on rolling. Baltimore's own Hey Tice is a nationally featured poet, curator, and award-winning marketer. He's rocked stages in over 25 states, opened for AGT winner Brandon Leaks, and created his hit series Wings and Wine. Yeah, that's what it say. I had to reread. I said, that thing say wings. Red Bull. I love it, man. A self-published author and curator, culture shifter. He's elevating the art one stage at a time. So I hope y'all ready. P.P.C. Hey, Tyson. What it do, King?
What's going on? What's going on? How you feeling?
Feeling great. It's not about me tonight. It's about y'all kings. How you feeling?
I'm blessed. Today has been a roller coaster, and I'm leaving it on a high with y'all. So I'm so excited to be here. Yes.
Hey, thank you so much. We're excited to have you here, and this is your
Thank you.
first time, so welcome to P.P.C. All right, what inspired your creation of words and wings and wine, and how has it evolved over the years since you've been doing it?
So, full transparency, I never had a goal to run a show. A friend of mine from high school gave me a call and said, "Hey, um, I know you're pretty good at poetry. My venue that I'm working at is trying to put on a poetry night." And I was just like, bet. And we was going to do it on a Wednesday. We started off at every Wednesday because we were a weekly event, and we
Okay.
were just like, since it starts on a Wednesday and we're going to do W's, since you already have like wings and we're talking about wine, I was like, how about words, wings, and wine on a Wednesday? But
Is
we
that?
just stuck with like words, wings, and wine.
Hey man, I absolutely love that. I love that. So with all that being said, after performing over 25 states, what moment still gives you chills when you think about it?
Uh, So I performed in LA earlier this year. It was definitely an experience. But performing on the West Coast, like on a stage in LA, like that's always been like a dream of mine. So that was
Okay, so
I can't.
so basically you knew you was doing your thing once you got to
Yeah,
LA.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. So with that being said, man, it is an honor, and I can't wait to hear your first official piece. So what is it going to be tonight?
So we are gonna do community laundry.
Ooh, it sounds like it's about to get
Yeah.
too good. Let me get up out of here. I know some people that need to do their damn. Never mind. Never mind. Do it. Clean up, people.
So listen, I need y'all to raise your hands if you've ever had your peoples who ain't really your peoples. But you too naive to see people for who they really are. Laugh at you behind your back. Take advantage of you. Because I realize people are probably using me. And I've just made myself too accustomed to people who have no use for me. Truthfully, I don't fit in. The people in my corner ain't really in my corner. I'm treated like a square. I'm in a box. So I got to sum up the root of this because things ain't equaling now. I'm right. You left when things were up and down, and somehow you still managed to stay tapped in. And you pressed all the wrong buttons, and somehow I be caring about people who just trying to use me, and now I feel messed up, misled, all because my table of contents was misread. So funny story, 3 exes ago, she treated my body like a homemade point of view sex video, and I felt important. I used to get validation from sleeping with a woman whose tax bracket was swallow minds, and I would comprehend her lips while she misunderstood mine, and I wish my words were just as orgasmic because she's such an actress. And I be a stunt double to every man who she truly loves. And that's why I be everywhere where I'm not supposed to be and wonder why I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Supposedly, I'm delusional. And it was funny to her. It was cute to me. The devil's laughing behind my back while she got her hands all over me. It's gotta be me. Because what kind of conversations do you expect to house where your words are homeless? I mean, I pray for people more than I pray for myself. And that's probably why I'm getting preyed on instead of getting prayed on. And I'm fighting demons that got the love language passcodes to my prayers. And now my prayers, they're getting played on. And I'm wondering why God is sending me women he didn't create. I'm ridiculed by my homies. My community has carved a scarlet letter into my burn book trying to wash away their own sins, as if they hadn't been to the laundromat recently. And you think it's just me? So raise your hand if you ever been the butt of a joke. Well, now you understand that my shit is everywhere.
Man, I hope your ass ain't broke, cause that shit, that was a stack. Okay, well, maybe it was 100. Okay, well, you kept it a buck, man. Oh my God, he kept it more than a buck. Well, I was definitely on 10 with that piece right there. Message. bitch. All right, y'all. What I just do? Let's keep this thing right on rolling, man. My next king is the founder of the Honey Drippers Poetry Collective. King Drip is a visionary poet, author, and culture curator, known to his community as Papa Fluff, but known to me as Big Bro. He's a creative force who channels love, sensibility, and unfiltered creativity with every drop in he leaks, baby. It's coming out of them from every crevices. And I'm happy for it, y'all, because this is my big bro. Y'all help me welcome the one and only. Hi there. What it do, King?
Peace. What's going on, Caffeine? What's going on?
Man, you know we litty. Anytime I got big bro in the house,
Wait. Shout out to you for the successful platform that you rocking with. And I told you was gonna grow. I put a stick pin in it and said you gonna do the thing. And shout out to you and your class anthology, summer 24, drip you, of course. And y'all rocking. And I'm glad to be here. I'm humbled. I mean, the brothers that have been on here have been dynamic and fantastic and amazing. Like
and
they
you ain't gonna do nothing but add some more flavor to it. So I already know what's up. So you know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for putting this together. So it was a drip class of 24. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. What inspired the creation of the Honey Drippers Poetry Collective, sir?
Truth be told, I've been doing a lot of like erotic poetry for a long time. There's a lot of organizations that I built. Like I'm a builder by nature. So, I built Soul Kitchen, I built Urban Guerrilla Theater. And then it came down to the Honey Drippers with the idea of doing something that, we wanted our words to drip sweetly. And I did it through the platform of Epiphany Radio Universe. Literally, shout out to For Real and my Epiphany Radio family. And we decided literally to take our words and to let them drip and to make it everything that it is today. So now we are an international poetry organization, of course. And I have a fantastic family surrounding me, and there's no two drippers alike.
That we are. How do you balance your poetic sensuality and mix it with your community leadership? Like, how do you find a balance to walk?
Well, number one, we are all layers. We're all onions. We have layers. And so the one thing I love about erotic poetry, because some people look at it, pornographic and all this other stuff, but nobody ever lies about what they desire and how they feel. And when you're actually able to express the erotic, it's actually kind of political because you're being free. A lot of people will not take the time to actually express themselves in the way that they really want to. And if you say the words and you actually give the vibe just right, you vibrate at certain things, you can open up the chambers in your mind to receive the information, and that information will influence you, activate you, make you do different things that are going on. And so one of the purest forms of poetry is erotic poetry, because you bear nothing. You give everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the balance is that you're going to be like everybody has a certain amount of experience of doing certain things. Me, I have a certain amount of experience of doing poetry for a very long time. So that influences everything else in there. And you got to be able to give something. You got to be a Swiss Army knife, really.
So, yes, a little bit. You got to have all the tools. You got to be able to pull out if y'all don't know what he's saying. Them little knives that come in handy because they got everything you need on it. Yeah, so I love the way you put that. You got to be a Swiss Army knife. Woo! So with that being said, you got one of the biggest blades I ever seen. No Diddy. Hold up, y'all. I heard it. Nah, what's the first? Don't look like. What's the first piece you giving us tonight?
Today is this month is Men's Mental Health Month, right? Yes. And so your classmate Ty, we were having this extensive conversation about what it is, because a lot of times we as Black men don't think about our mental health, like because of the things that happen. We're slowest to go to the doctor, we're slowest to see somebody receive professional help, and we actually need it. So literally, this piece is basically, I just wrote this. This is like literally written today, because it's based off. Yeah, exactly. So literally, it's based off of the idea, like us as Black men, like, yo, I love what you're doing, because we literally are not heard. We are not heard. Just like Black women are not heard when they're like, I have a friend right now going through Jade, going through where she keeps telling the doctors, and the doctors keep telling her what it is. Like, they don't listen to us. Right, and so we have to advocate for ourselves. And I think for us as Black men, like, yo, putting powerful black men together to speak their piece is a powerful tool. So salute to you.
Nah, we love y'all on the corner, man. Y'all are important to us. So if ain't nobody else told y'all kings, we love you, us some kings on P.P.C. So with that being said, I would love to hear that first piece, baby. What is it gonna be?
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that for you. So let's rock.
What is it? What's the piece?
No, it's called.
You ain't got a name?
I named it "Don't," but
oh, okay.
I named it "Don't," but it's the name of the piece is "Don't," but it's not what you think it is.
I like it. Don't. Right. I'm out of here.
I see that smile. The way that you give all to care about those you love. The causes that cause you to action, the way that helping someone other than yourself gives you the satisfaction. Exchanging this value, and it is well with my soul. The gravity of depression presses you. Trying to be who the world expects you to be, who you can tell that you cry in the dark, how much pain assails you, drives your mind, throws it in reverse and parks. You put on a face, a brave face, a strong face, the face up in a world that hates and despises you, treats you like disgrace, fights you, strikes you down like you didn't belong in the first place. So you put on a happy face, not knowing that the hurt to your mental causes sorrow, makes you think that you can't make it to tomorrow, that no one can see the struggle behind that smile. While you fight your demons, you fight the eternal night that beckons you, whispers a fatal peace, a release to all that you've been through. There's this brokenness disguised as a make it through, made up as a see it through, left with nothing, but you call it, I'll make do. There's an emotional hunger that can only be fed with love, hugs, and peace. And you know that when you are the only pieces fused into your strong friend who you thought would never end. And most of them give of themselves. They told you to sacrifice, cover, be a lover of hard work, not to reconcile your feelings no matter how much it hurt, and you cannot cry. It wouldn't matter. The offense, the pain, the sense of losing life or limb, divorce or kin, or the taking away of your children, you still have to put on a happy face. Stand strong. Get along no matter how much wrong is done. Your day is not won until you go out and put on a happy face. Poem.
Now that right there was written with love, y'all. Let's go. Ooh, until you go out and put on a happy face. For some new you know you be tripping deep, man. I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to that one because I already know it has a message that's underlined. I heard the message, but I'm talking about another one. So with that being said, let's keep this thing on rolling. Black Noise is a keynote poet, activist, and author of I Cry Over Spilled Ink. He uses poetry to explore mental health, justice, and Black experiences. As the founder of the Black Noise Youth Intervention, that ain't what that. Yeah, that word. He's empowering the next generation through spoken word and emotional learning. You know, I love that. Like, I'm loving the vibe that this king always brings, because this king always bringing some power. 3 seasons, just like the last king. This king done touchdown for all of them, so I appreciate them. So let's give it up for the one and only Black Noise. Yeah, what it do? You mutated that let me get to that flyer. That'd be the second time I done played tonight. Y'all know I love to play that flyer. I ain't making it. Y'all know I be trying to play that thing. I be
Might have been a little lag. No, what's going on? What's going on? How you doing? What up?
Man, I'm up, man. Anytime I got energy like y'all, man, a show full of powerful kings, I can't go no wrong. You know what I mean? I can't do nothing but be right tonight. And I mean right tonight. You know what I'm saying? In all them type of ways. So I'm loving every bit of it. Let's get into these questions though, man. How has your personal journey with mental health shaped your work and your mission?
In a lot of ways. First, it opened me up for it opened my pen up. You know what I mean? It made me a little bit deeper. Made me go a little bit deeper, I should say. And be able to touch people in different spaces. Um, you know, to be more relatable.
I love that.
And to
I
start
love
speaking the truth.
Yeah, speaking in your purpose and actually moving in it. So I love
Yeah.
that. What impact have you seen from the Black Noise Youth initiative in schools?
Oh man, these babies. I live in Milwaukee, right? And it's a little tough out here, and there's no telling what these kids go through in their personal experiences, their home lives. You know what I mean? And they don't know how to articulate what they're going through. So a lot of the time, you get a lot of violence or whatever, bullying, these things like that. And then when we come in and we show them a different way to, communicate in a healthy way, to be creative, to pull themselves out of themselves, you know what I mean, and to be able to move in a different function, man. It's doing a world of help for Milwaukee County schools right now. We've been doing this thing for 3 years, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Nah, you're a blessing because I appreciate that. With having 5 kings myself, I understand that that's one of the things. It's hard for them to just express how they feel. It's okay to have a bad day, but sometimes it's hard for them to even say, "I had a hard day today," and they just let it fester on the inside. So I appreciate the fact that outlets are important. So the fact that you are an outlet for our youth in any shape, form, or fashion, man, another reason why it's kings and we love y'all. So what's the first piece you giving us tonight?
It's called Strive.
Ooh, let me get out of here because he's striving, y'all. Shoot.
We have conversations often. Heated debates yelled in whispers. It trying to impress upon my light, me holding up crosses and affirmations to keep it as far away as possible. Like warding off a vampire with a crucifix, but it's real. I eat most of my meals with garlic, and it still hasn't left my presence completely. Dark body of tempered glass, opening wounds I thought I healed from, smells like black mold warmed over. Presence heavy on the chest, taste of rusted metal hovers in bedroom corners, a 10-foot stabbing shadow of demonic condemnation. A heavy-footed demigod roaming the earth, searching for whom it wishes to devour. Shows up when least expected, finds unencumbered joy turning bedspreads into temporary body bags. This convoluted entity, always after my feet, using its illusions to seemingly sweep away the path of fulfilling destiny. We fight every time it shows its claws. I don't always win, but the days I do, I take the time to celebrate. It's a joyous occasion, defeating the thing most men don't get the safe space to talk about. So I rub it in with the victory dance. Even though I fought hard against telling the story. Don't know how long I've been wrestling these messages. Just know I've been begging for my hip to be touched, tired of holding up appearances, trying to hide this darkness from the world, afraid of how I would be perceived, afraid of being labeled sick or crazy, afraid of being labeled soft. Because a man can't be vulnerable. Can't be weak in any moment. Gotta work, provide, protect, pass down pain to seeds so they can grow up hard. Having an iron fist and cold heart are celebrated until someone decides to call your masculine toxic. Another label, another catch-22, not considered human, just man, just toxic, no excuse or reason to fail, just 2 inches of rope to be hung from when expectations aren't met. But I will continue to dance like no one is watching. continue to heal, regardless of the off-putting stares, the snickering coughs won't deter this growth. I got shit to do. A Cyclops Goliath to kill. Depression can't have the last word, regardless of how society paints my broken pieces.
I swear, if I had some arms, I would reach out and give you a hug. Oh. Man, I love that. I would hug him 20 times over because it ain't winning. He said he's still doing his little jig, his dance. He's still out here stomping on and I love that. Man, let's go ahead and get our next guest up here because I see that camera on and I got to go on and catch him while the catching is good. Rebirth. Yeah, boy. Rebirth is a poet, curator, healer, certified breath worker using the art to build transformative spaces. Their work blends poetry, wellness, and liberation to uplift communities and support trauma recovery. On and off stages, King brings truth, intentionally to every moment. So tonight, be ready to set yourself free or hell, just get ready for the rebirth because it's coming, baby. We all need some new. And we got it tonight. Let's go. Yo.
Hey, how you doing? I love your energy. I love
Hey,
it.
man, thank you so much. The energy come from y'all. Y'all don't know, man. Just being able to do this week after week just gives me that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here to shine for us all, baby. Loving that smile too, King. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? So I know you at work, so let's get to it. How does the breath work and healing influence your writing and your performances?
Well, that helps me a lot because I want to bring awareness, right? So before, I used to want to keep everything to myself, keep everything to myself, keep everything to myself. It took me years for me to actually express or allow anybody to read anything I ever wrote. So like my father was the first person, that was, I ain't know him for like 20 years. So when I first, we finally connected with each other, he was like, man, you got to start putting this out here because you never know what might happen, right? You never know what might happen. And I like to say when it comes to keys, knowledge empowers you. So if knowledge empowers you, you'll be able to unlock somebody's, darkness, you know what I'm saying, and bring light to situations, bring them to different perspectives, and that might also change their life. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm able to
I
show
definitely
all
do.
the things that I've have been through and, how I got out of that, and things that I have learned from it, having the conversations with myself and receiving, messages from God, whatever it may be, or just from other people,
Right.
experiences, and I'm able to just place that and bring that awareness like you're not alone, then, it could change everything.
I love that. So, what's your approach to building spaces that heal as much as they inspire?
So just off of experience, right? So, I also throw open mics. So throwing the open mics, I did it at first because, I wanted to become a motivational speaker and I wanted
Okay.
to stop being scared of speaking in front of people. So, I used to watch this place called the Poetry Party, go over there all the time. Very known in Baltimore. I used to go there every week, and I'm like, I got to start, performing. And I want to, and I see how everybody used to just react to everything. So I'm like, all right, if I create this space, not only if it's helping me, it's also benefiting everybody else. And then I seen how it started benefiting people even more. And then, it'll be their first time performing. And after it being their first time performing, they're like, you have changed my life. And, a lot of people um, stay in their comfort zone. Everything
Mm-hmm.
that you want is in your comfort zone. I mean, everything that you have is in your comfort zone. Everything that you don't have is outside your comfort zone. So sometimes you have to reach out there to be able to grab it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I try to make myself uncomfortable at least once a day. That means I'm learning something new at least once a day because when you're learning something new, you're uncomfortable. So what's the first piece you're giving us tonight?
Okay, so the first piece is called "A Symphony for Suicide."
Oh,
We had the fast round. I had technical difficulties. I wasn't able to do the full poem, so I'm just gonna do this one, "A Symphony for
okay.
Suicide."
Hey man, look, I figured that's what happened, but we were gonna act like it. Then we on the corner, stuff happens, and I just want to let you know one thing, sir.
Yeah, no
You
stress.
are a
I didn't know.
motivational speaker. Most poets are. You know what I'm saying? So you good? Uh-oh, hold up. We at work, y'all.
I'm good. All right, you ready?
All right. So he about to get into his piece right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Peace.
I believe that God made us into instruments, but nobody tells you what it sounds like when you're placing marks down your arm when you're violent, when you're intending to cause harm and make orchestra out of your body. This is the only time anyone faces the music. And I've been trying to make some noise, make my exit on a major scale, seeing myself at the edge and began to fall off a cliff. How long would it take my family to band together after I'm under a rock? How long would it take them to see I was given the blues before I leave them in a funk? Honestly, I don't feel heard. You don't know how many times I banged on a casket and created a beatbox out of silence. This is frequency. I've been doing this for so long. You just don't know how much it hurts. Don't know how much I want to feel something, how much I want to show you a rest is still a music note. And I've been waiting on my release. Don't wait for me at my wake. Tell me you love me now before I'm sold out on a pitch to stay. I have learned to make a harm out of harmony, turned my hums into my last hymns. Had to find a way to cope with the fact that I'm being played with by the one who I have to pray to, acquire an anthem of tears before I let the song cry. Hear a crescendo of my mother's screams before I let go, and thought to become a weapon towards myself before I jam. And I know some of you are out there going through the same thing. The reason why I'm still here is because I'd rather be a ghetto gospel here and now than a Negro spiritual afterlife. Find meaning before I'm folk songs they sing when they think of me. I say that to say, this is me trying to stop you from making a symphony for suicide. I know how it feels when people chime in on how you're supposed to feel, but won't tell you what's instrumental to keep you alive. So one, put down that instrument. Carrying heavy metal, your death won't be soundproof too. Hold on to every record. Somewhere in your heart, there's alternatives. You still have time to get your life on track before the beat drops three. Reach out to someone. We should know where all your hits are before your last banger. And if you can't stop the feeling, living on a prayer, don't stop believing. Find something to say because self-harm shouldn't be the reason you're zipped up in that case. A song is based on replay value. And what is a song if you're a one-hit wonder? And peace.
Growing up, I learned a lot of my knowledge on the corner, and tonight ain't no different. Cause boy, you just spit that right there. That's what I call some knowledge right there. Talk about facts. Woo wee, that one right there was deep to depth and it was bar heavy. Man, with that being said, it's commercial break time. Hold on. Yeah, boy, aisle 7 at the corner store is now open. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with Coastal Sunflower body scrubs, baby. But believe we got more than that. We got that poppy seed just dropped. We got that purple haze, and you know it's that fire. We got bombs. We got teas. We got the flavor you savor, all natural everything. So make sure that y'all tap in. I just be with all the... We got it over here. So y'all make sure that y'all definitely tap in. Father's Day is coming up, man. We got a whole men's line out here. I told you we love us some kings. So y'all make sure y'all get them some all natural everything and let them know that you love them too. Hell, fellas, get it for yourself. I'm trying to tell you, you need to get you some ding-ding for yourself sometimes too. Just tap on in, man. Let's keep this thing right on rolling, man. Libra. You know you got the flyer last time. You good for that mutate button. Come on, man. We want to hear you. That's right. Unmutate.
No, I was in the middle doing something, but you good.
Okay. You know, you on the show and all. You know, don't mind me.
Yeah, I got you.
Let us get him back to what the hell he was doing. What's the second piece you giving us tonight, sir?
Let me see something real quick. Cause I got like I said, since I did first, and I felt and now I feel a lot better since I did get that first little one out. So
All right, well, let's see what you're working with then. Show me what you're working with.
let me
Look, now he got time. He just told me he was busy. I just interrupted him. Now he gonna leave me waiting so he can go through his phone to find the perfect piece to do tonight. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
You see how he came in? No, I'm just talking my junk. So you ready?
Yeah, I got you. It's called my second piece is called Elevating on Truth.
Ooh, I like that right there. He caught my attention already. Let me get up out of here, see if he elevate off this truth. Let's go.
It's great to be seen and not viewed. Embrace what life is putting you through. Just continue passing his test, and you will continue to be blessed. You are a true testimony just because you're living in God's glory. Stay focused on elevating and less on the hating. In a world full of misery, continue living your life in mystery. The less people know, the more you grow. So stay in your own lane and not get caught up in the world's little game. This world needs people like me telling y'all what this world really be. For now, stay elevating on truth. I'm no longer the man y'all used to know. Used to.
Oh, I absolutely love that piece. Yay! I really did. He was saying some stuff, and I thought he was finna say some more stuff, and then he just leaned in on my ass. I said, "Oh, he done. He done. Hold on. Let me get my hosting job done. Let me get back on this thing." Hey, man, I'm loving the vibe tonight, man. We is litty in the city. Hey, Ties, where you at, man? Whoa. Hold up. Here we go down here. He said, "Wait a minute, I just flipped it around. Let's go." All right. You ready, Key?
What's going on? What's going on? I am. Apologies about that.
No apologize. We don't apologize on the corner, baby. We just make it do what it do. You here, and I see you, and that's all that matters. So with that being said, what's the second piece you're getting into tonight? Uh-oh, he glitched. Okay, there we go. Second piece.
So the second piece is called Baggage Claim.
Ooh, let's get up out of here. Y'all all know you got to claim that shit.
My father always told me, in order to travel the world, you have to take care of yourself. And I don't think he was talking about the financial portion. Money's important, but I believe he was saying your health is your wealth. I looked in the mirror and realized me and my pops look a lot like hand-me-downs. His pride was his proudest accolade he would hand me down. So I wonder, what would I look like from a person who takes advantage of themselves? Because I really don't even take advantage of me. I'm too busy taking care of him, trying to see if he has his bags packed when I don't even know what I'm wearing. I'll probably recycle his problems. I mean, outfits. There I go. Putting other people first when I know I'm thought of second. I know I'm not tripping, but can I speak plainly? Because I've decided to start traveling. I'm on an ego trip, and I've started realizing that a lot of my biggest fears are starting to take flight. I've started onboarding insecurities that luggage couldn't carry, and I'm afraid to admit that I'm not as good of a father as my father. And I know because my problems are starting to weigh too much. My spirit is starting to feel cheap. Every minor inconvenience feels like a grab at money. And that's probably why I'm not eating. The payment's too much. And I can't afford to pay for the life I want for my kids. I pay in attendance. And I'm really not as attentive as I should be, but if you pay attention, you'll see that on the pupils of my eyes, that the lies that I tell travel further. But when my eyes roll back, relapse. I mean relapse as if this trip off Delta hasn't made this ride a little bumpy. And I try not to turn my nose up to people when I take off. But these tear ducts ain't seen maintenance since a required checkup. I've realized though, my father showed me what it looks like when you take care of others first. I've watched him fall to his knees. And it wasn't because he was talking to God. Carrying his family has taken a toll on his engine. I mean his mind. I honestly mean his body, because his body is taking a toll on him and it's giving out on him. Lately, the floor has held him more than my mother. And we would discuss trips like medicine. He knows of the good times but has to be reminded of them. I mean to take them. I treat them like snacks on the plane because he don't know how much he really needs them. I realize my actions in my mirror have been reflecting wrinkles of questionable judgment in my future. And I'm honestly not sure if me and my pops will ever take a trip again. But I think I'm ready to unpack this baggage.
Man, that shit just blew through here like a lonely $20 bill on the way to a stripper to the pole. In other words, it mattered. Let's go. One day I'm gonna change that, but right now that's brought to you by CapCut. But no, that piece definitely mattered. Man, he was saying some stuff in there. If you ever gave a stripper $20 and she ain't had no gas, you'll see how happy she got. But never mind. That piece mattered. In other words, that's what I'm trying to say. Man, let's get it. Rebirth. Oh, he's still up. Let's go. Let's get it, sir. What's the second piece you're giving us tonight?
All right, so this piece is called Instrument. It's about my brother.
Instruments. Let's get it.
Okay. My brother was made of music. I always was his audience. I admired how he could turn a living room into a stage. He was major ever since we were minors. I always was in awe of his performance. It was something spiritual. It showed me how God could use you in moments when you believed prayers were unheard. Canceling the noise from those who caused chaos, I found beauty and finding the meaning to live in every song. When my brother overdosed, I stopped believing the music. I stopped hearing it the same. I can't feel life breathing in songs anymore when his organs stopped performing. So did my source of happiness. And now I can't stand the sound of music, can't bear a tone. So when I say my brother was made of music, he was literally made of music. His fingers were piano keys that unlocked imagination for those with little faith. When I say my brother was made of music, he was literally made of music. His pelvic floor was a guitar where he pulled strings and managed to make miracles out of melodies. When I say my brother was made of music, he was literally made of music. His spinal cord was a saxophone that reached heaven, making a hold between God and man for when he called out to him. I just didn't know the only time he was to be answered was when he flatlined. Her hands were an orchestra before they were stretched. His addiction turned him into holding picks, to picking at himself. Music notes started to look like scabs, and I've seen his vessel be used as a vinyl. His records were broken, the song kept skipping, and history repeated itself, and each time he would start from scratch. His father was an old speaker that abused bass until his life short fused and that left marks. So all my brother could hear was cracks and pops, but the ringing was like music to his ears. It was so much of a hit, it became a stereotype. The flow got into his mainstream. His eyes dialed and rolled back. It was the only time he saw the Most High, and I'm sure he asked for forgiveness. Because something is forgivable doesn't mean it's fixable. So his sin taxed him until he was sold out his last night. His stroke was used as a trumpet for the heavens, but when blown, no noise ever came out of it. It gave me the revelation that he wasn't coming back, even when they blew air into him again and again. There was no resuscitation, just a broken instrument. And it never dawned on me that when you lose someone, you lose a piece of yourself. And I've learned I miss you, but you're missing from me. And I witnessed how his ensemble held everyone together, even in moments he was falling apart. But I've heard that people honor fallen ones by keeping the pain that came with their death. So I picked up the pieces he was left in, attached them onto me, carrying a pain that breaks the silence, giving him a voice, even though my brother never had a sound. Mine, I will make his sound mine. I will keep the meaning of his song alive. I will make a musical out of his memory until I can find atonement for his sins. His troubles made me tremble like jazz hands. And it's ironic. Jazz is my name, and my world has been shaken ever since. And peace.
If Jesus wept, I guess it's okay for me to do it too. Yo, that piece was powerful, potent. And yeah, AK, that thing put me in my little feels a little bit too. Sir, how you all them words you got? It was written so beautifully, man. Jeez. Hey man, let's keep this thing right on rolling. Javi, let's do it. Yerp.
Yeah.
Yep. What's the second piece you're giving us tonight, King?
Violence.
Violence. Well, let me get out of here before somebody get violent. Hold up.
You are violent. The silent way you can convince me to obey, like the gates of hell. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Your twin spirit that rotate around the wet sensate that can placate any man. Sin that none can withstand. It's illegal how you kegel, squeeze, titillate, tease. Your rod is a rod that doesn't stop. It's addictive and it makes me want to cop. And I don't see you at the street corner selling crack, but here is where it's at, and I can hear your pussy calling me. The heat killing me pure, the moisture most sure. I'm high on your thigh as you rock me to sleep. Watch how my secret have joined yours in the ecstasy that seeps. You play for keeps, stealing soul with hips of tilt and body roll. And you say to me, do you love that, daddy? Or this pussy is yours, zaddy. It's the way that you clap your cheeks on my peak that raises my nature and precipitates passion, the wetness notwithstanding. I howl. It's your moon that reflects the sun of my moan that puts me in this zone where I can no longer remember your name. And I would call you anything and everything, whatever, as long as you fill this cup of desire, douse the fire in my loins as we join, and let the stickiness of your honey drip till I slip into darkness. You remember being encompassed, held, legs hanging over taut arms, vein providing strength steady, pistons diving deep, drilling deep, while holding you still for heal each motion. Your hands clawing at my back, the pressure upon attack, the exchange of our ecstasy acted out on our faces, the tastes of electrolyte and perfume as we consume your bloom, the wet petals, the twisted metal, the skies as flesh as we combine skin through sin, we intermesh. Poem.
just came on here to tell you you was a bad mother. Hush your mouth. You know kids be watching the show. What, man? You ruined all the fun. I was gonna say mother sucker. Dang. Oh, yeah, man, that just changed the whole vibe and then my phone. Yes, Lord, God is good, y'all. God is good all the time. With that being said, Black, let's go ahead and close this thing on out, man. Woo! You ready? Huh? What's the second piece you're giving us tonight, King? Boy, y'all in this mutated button. I mean, it's just amazing how, yeah.
This is narratives.
Narratives. Let me get out of here so you can control the room. Ooh.
The ALA's Office for Intellectual Freedom reported 695 attempts to censor library materials and services and documented challenges to 1,915 titles between January 1st and August 31st of 2023. Is this how lips lock? How we get shackled to melancholy, hog-tied to remedial, get caught kissing First Amendment red tape, how ink becomes weary of readers, shies away from teaching cursive, no signatures needed on pages that'll be written out of history. This is how they get away with naming my people bywords. Erasing language, legacy, lineage, life, and land. L's lined up to end in loss of identity made us forget where Eden resides. Must have changed this name to Negro or Nigger Island, Colored Bay. This is where melanin crumbles from the deafening, cracking cringe of colonial greed. Must have been swallowed by the Black Sea. How these bones have no country, just be called black. Labeled super criminal, thug, African-American, Africanus, and Vespucci branded on our backs like targets and the ghost of whips. Where do we really come from? A plague of a question, an epidemic of filed away reality, a spinning compass that only stops its rotation when pointing back to missing feet and Jamaican caves. The reason I write, fight to be immortal, accountable, diligent, punching this clock with purpose, brewing this ink in my veins, shaking this voice into convulsions of truth and vivid light, whipping these fingers to build dreams to fruition, writing in the direction of forever, the altitude of free intent to find the end and surpass it. I'm trying to make this time count, to show our children that their voices have meaning, no matter how many try to censor our true funny. How as the vulgarity of music increases, the more they try to rewrite history. From novels to textbooks, using trap and drill to silence facts and unity. Radios and television aren't even censored anymore. I mean, with the exception of fuck, I guess fuck is worse than throat babies and truffle butter. Sarah Baldwin must be ashamed watching WAP drown out morality, values sleeping with the fishes. Keep hearing the ghost of Tuskegee screaming to tell me censorship is the new syphilis. They keep experimenting with our standards. Wonder if James Baldwin is rolling over in his grave, clawing his way outside of the casket for these injustices that they set out to murder. Free thought, free speech got a target on its back, must have been hit with the 3 strikes law, lethal injection in the neck of unpopular opinion, sick of being told shut up or die, silence or bondage. Writing has become the literary expression to throwing bricks at the jail. It's always been this way. Poet versus oppressor, We say we right to bring love back to life. They say we commit treason, pens full of biochemical world warfare. Winner of game is who gets to write the narrative first. Who owns the distribution can't give their ears a break. The difference between right and wrong is not which side has the most money. Won't spend another dime to see the future fail. Be damned if another coin is used to fill the pockets of distraction. Paying attention even if it costs me my life. This is why I write. Until fingers swell and systems collapse under the weight of our voice.
Boy, no cap. Like if I took this cap off, you'll still be locked and loaded like me. Let's go. Oh yeah, we got the natural way to scrub and make your body feel good. Yo, and we got the men's line. You know I be tapping in. Teas for your body and for your soul. Ooh, we in there. And ladies, we got the flavors you savor. Let's go. All natural, everything. Tap, tap, tap in. Woo! What a motherfucking show tonight, y'all. Shout out to all the kings who came through and showed that power. I done told y'all we love us some kings on P.P.C. Y'all are appreciated, man. And y'all already know the saying. Make sure you wake up with gratitude so it shows in your attitude so you can reach those major altitudes. And guess what, y'all? We out. Oh! And don't forget, Saturday, tap in, man. Tap in, my boy. My boy, MBK. He's going to be on Louisiana Lyricist Lounge. Central Saturdays was last week. Y'all missed the damn show if y'all missed that one. But Louisiana Lyricist Lounge, and we litty in the city, man. So make sure that y'all tap in and support. Now, I'm out. Jeez, what a show. Yeah, man, so we made it to the end of another tremendously dope show. Y'all already know Key-notez gonna be thanking y'all tomorrow with her little foo-foo praise dance. Y'all know that's what she praised everybody for tapping on in. You know I go to church too. Like, hey, man, we made it through another show, man, and I'd like to thank my damn self for being the host with the most, the mother sucker that I am. Yeah, you heard it, I was a bad mother sucker, and I'm out. Let's go.